in today's video. I am super excited to share all the polishes I wore with you for the month of January. I wanted to kind of touch back on the goals I set for 2025 and see how well that I hit them with the manicures that I did. And like, was I close to reaching the goals? Where could I improve? And I kind of think I'm going to do that every month with the what I wear going forward, just to kind of hold myself accountable to you and to me. So, we'll talk about the goals after though, and then we'll just talk about the polishes first. So first combination I put on, you guys, I was so in love with. I went with these two polishes together, and this is an Essence polish in the shade Dreaming of Love. This is one of my favorite grandma polishes in my collection. I feel like it's very grandma-esque, but it also has like a brightness as opposed to being, it's maybe like a little more pink leaning than mauve leaning, which I enjoy. I feel like it's flattering in that way. And I feel that this polish applies like a dream, you guys. This is another polish I feel like I could be speeding down the freeway in the passenger seat of a car blindfolded and literally get the perfect manicure. It goes on super, super easy. 2 coats to get opaque. I feel like if you had shorter nails and you were a little more precise, you could even get away with 1 coat. Every time I wear this, I love it, and this was no exception. And then this is KBShimmer in Take It or Leave It. So this was on my fall rack, and Catalina from Gotta Love Polish and Ray from Polish with Ray both wore this towards the end of the year, last year, and I was just very inspired. I feel like this is one of my favorite toppers in my collection, and it really does just truly get neglected. And I feel like this looks so beautiful over all sorts of fall creams. It's just like this multi-chrome flaky topper that resembles falling leaves. It's perfect for fall. I didn't get around to it in the fall, but I loved it for January as well. I just thought it was so good. It has a great payoff. It's not too flaky dense, but you do get good coverage. And so overall, you guys, I was calling this manicure my grandma, and I did this manicure my grandma rolling in the leaves mani, because there's my grandma shade and there's my leafy topper. So if you can picture your grandma outside in a sweater with maybe a scarf and some earmuffs, just rolling around in the leaves, having the best time, that is what this mani is. One more thing I wanted to say is that I was in sort of a funk either the day before or the day I did this manicure. I was crying. I was very emotional. I am blaming it on not feeling well and perimenopause. But I was just like really, really sad. So Justin put a movie on for me, and he picked Still Magnolias, which I was like, oh, I'm already crying, and you're going to put on another like cry fest. But I feel like the extra crying really like got it out of my system. Tears release toxins, which is crazy, because I feel like after you cry, like you really just do feel lighter, and sometimes you just have to like get it out. And so after I watched Still Magnolias, I did feel a little bit lighter and more emotionally regulated. But in the movie, I was checking out everybody's nails because it's like an 80s dream basically. And Truvy wears a polish similar to this in the movie, and so does not Weeza, but Clary. So I was very inspired by Clary and by Truvy, and of course, like I told you guys, like a grandma 80s grandma shade. So super pretty, super classic. Just was obsessed with this. And again, if you want to picture your grandma just having a great time in the fall foliage, this is the manicure for you. A grandma for all occasions. Then I did my video of the Pantone color of the year, which is chocolate mousse, in case you guys missed it and you don't pay attention to Pantone color of the year. So I did the video and I showed you guys a ton of polishes, and I was very inspired to do my own Pantone color of the year manicure. And so I went with this Believed Beauty in Boot Scootin, which I felt was like the closest of the polishes I pulled to the chocolate mousse color. I had swatched this when I got it for PR initially, but I had never worn it as a manicure, and I really enjoyed this, you guys. I feel like the formula was really, really good. 2 easy coats to get opaque. I did feel it was flattering to my skin tone, considering I feel that neutrals can be hard to wear for me, especially browns. And I felt like it was not boring. I felt like for being a neutral, it was interesting, But I had this idea to kind of top it with like a little bit of an unexpected topper. And so I topped it with OPI in Pirouette My Whistle, which is another one of my favorite toppers in my collection. And you guys, this is just so gorgeous. So this is like a white matte glitter, like larger size with like some silver micro glitters. And I feel this looks like sort of like snow or just like very delicate, but I felt like it mixed with the brown was interesting and eye-catching. And again, I just really enjoyed this combination, you guys. I felt like it was giving what I wanted it to give. It matched the vision that I had in my head, which does not always happen. And so I was really happy with the pairing. Then I still had my fall rack out, and I still do. It's still up. I never switched out to a winter rack. And there was just a lot of fall polishes on there that I just have really been wanting to wear. And this was one of them. So this is an older polish. This is Sweet and Sour Lacquer. I like it when the red water comes out from September PPU 2022. So this is just a gorgeous sort of like olive polish with a really strong red shimmer. It sort of reminds me of like a caramel apple, or like a candy apple, I guess, not caramel, candy, where it's like dipped in the red. It reminds me of that just a little bit. I definitely think that this screams to me like fall and Halloween, but I had been taking it off the rack and then not wearing it, and then taking it off the rack and not wearing it. So I was like, now is the time. There's no better time than the present to wear this polish. And you guys, I just really loved this. I thought it was so flattering, so beautiful. The shimmer is so good on the nails, because a lot of times it can be really good in the bottle and it just doesn't translate, but this translated so well, you guys. I was in love. This is just like a staple fall polish in my opinion. I was not disappointed. This totally lived up to the hype. Love. Then I was still on this fall rack thing, kind of trying to figure out, what do I want to wear? What am I craving? What do I want? And I felt like I didn't really know. This is another one I had kind of been toying with wearing back and forth, and I had taken it off the rack, put it back on the rack, taken it off the rack, putting it back on the rack. And so this is Polish for Days in Towards the Light from PPU September 2022. Are these from the same month? These are from the same month. And so I put this on, and someone had worn this recently. I had seen on Instagram. I don't remember who, but I saw it and I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful on them. And so seeing that swatch kind of pushed me over the edge to wear it. And I thought it was really pretty, but I just did not love it on me, I felt. And then I was like, maybe I'm just not in the mood for this. I don't know. But I remember when this came out in PPU, I was like so excited for it, and I had to have it. And I was a little bit underwhelmed, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's ugly. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just, my socks were not knocked off. This is like a deep plum base with a ton of gold multi-chrome flakes, and then there is those little black flecks that I'm obsessed with. I feel like the black flecks kind of get lost in the shuffle. I feel like the gold really comes to life, and I feel like maybe that was part of why I don't like it, is because I'm not into like super warm toned polishes on me. So I hate to say it, but I am gonna destash this. I just feel like there's so much in here. I want to be wowed, and I was not wowed. So hopefully I don't live to regret, but this is going to go into my destash pile. So let me know if you guys have this, and if you wore it, did you love it? Because it wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. I don't know. I just felt very underwhelmed, like I said. Then one of my goals was to do a Pinterest-inspired manicure and do a Skittle. So towards the end of the month, I was getting desperate because I had done neither. So I was like, let's kill two birds with one stone. And so on Pinterest, and I was inspired by this manicure. So it was like shades of like denimish blue. I loved everything about this picture, you guys. I love the nail shape. I love the nail length. I love the rings. I like the jean. I loved the jean. I just loved all of it. I was obsessed with it. And so I thought, well, I could try and recreate something like this, because I had a couple of shades like that on my fall rack. and stuff that I just hadn't gotten around to. And so I thought this is something I could like play with and toy with. And so I did this combination of polishes together, and I did a different color on every single finger. And so on my pinky, I had Sailing and Nailing by OPI. I really enjoyed this color. I thought it was very flattering on the nail. It's like a bright blue, but not super bright. It's a little bit on the icy shade. I feel like it had a great formula, 2 coats to get opaque, and I just think it's really pretty. I would like to wear this as a full manicure just to see for sure, but I did enjoy it on the one nail. Then this has been on and off fall and winter racks for me for a bit. This is OPI, and check out the old Geysers. When swatch pictures of this came out, you guys, I was totally obsessed. It's like a dusty blue grayish cream, and then it has some like blue shimmer you can see in the bottle at certain angles. I feel like the shimmer did not translate well to the nail for me necessarily. I did enjoy the color. I feel like it's very nice and grayed out. I tend not to wear straight up grays because I feel like they do wash me out, and I don't feel like this washed me out because it had enough blue to not do that. So overall, on one nail, again, I did enjoy this, but I would like to try it as a full manicure to see how I feel about it on all the nails. This polish, you guys, oh my gosh. So this is from Cameo Colors Lacquers, and this is in Double Denim Days, and this was from Polish Pickup April 2021. So this was inspired by Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears when they went to the Grammys wearing like the full denim outfits. She had on like a denim wedding gown type situation, denim prom dress, and then he had on the Canadian tuxedo, denim on denim. It was iconic for the time. What a time to be alive. So if you guys remember that and you're like my age, you're going to remember this look vividly, I feel. I'll put a little picture in so you guys can see what I'm talking about if you're from the younger set or you just don't follow pop culture. But it was inspired by that, and that kind of pushed me to purchase because I just loved the inspiration. And then I remember my friend V actually swatched this, and when I saw her swatches of it, I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. I really enjoyed this on the nail, you guys. I thought it was beautiful. Again, only on one nail, but I was definitely more in love with this, where I was not, with these, I was like, these are pretty, but this was like really pretty. So this is like a light denim blue holographic polish, you guys. The holographic on this is amazing. The shade is so flattering. I felt like it had a very beautiful glow about it. And overall, I just really loved it. So I wanted to tell you guys, I wore my own version of the Canadian tuxedo to a birthday party. I think I took a picture and I'll post it here so you guys can see my version of the JT Timberlake Canadian tuxedo. Denim on denim is on trend right now, and I feel like it's always hard for me because it's a hard look in my opinion to pull off, and it takes like the right denim and it takes like the right shapes, and I wasn't sure if I pulled it off, but I went with it. Then on my pointer finger, I wore People of Color Beauty. This is like a prototype. There's no name on it, and it's just a very deep blue with like some holographic shimmer in it. I did enjoy this. I feel like the formula was a little bit weird on it. I don't know why it was weird. It just felt weird. But I want to try this again as a full manicure just to see if I love it. Because it was pretty, but I don't know if it was true love. So, and then on my thumbnail, I went with OPI and CIA equals color is awesome. So this is from the Kerry Washington collection, you guys. And oh my gosh, that is still one of my favorite OPI collections to date. I just feel like the color story was so beautiful. It was the perfect fall collection. The colors just went so well together. They're flattering. They have amazing formulas. I love this polish. I've actually worn this combination before with this color is awesome. And then the Take It or Leave It from OPI, and this was a beautiful combo as well, you guys. But overall, this is just the perfect dark teal, you guys. It's like dark, it's vampy, it's like dark without being black. I don't know, it's interesting. That whole collection, you guys, just, oh my gosh, it's love. Every time I wear a polish from that collection, I'm in love. And this was no exception. I've worn this as full manicure before. I've worn it multiple times and I always enjoy it. So let's get to the goals and let's just kind of talk about how well I think I did. I think I'm going to give myself a grade between an F to an A++. We'll see what I think. So polish goals. Paint nails 2 times a week. I definitely failed on that. January was so long, you guys. Oh my gosh, it just seems so long. It seemed like 2 months in one, like an eternity passed before January ended. And I really thought I would have gotten more worn just because it was so long. 31 days. But that did not happen. I did a couple of weeks, I feel like, where I did the 2 manicures and then I went a really long time between a few. So as far as painting my nails twice a week, I'm going to give myself a C. I was average. Wear 1 topper a month. I feel like this month I get an A++ on that because I wore 2 toppers this month with the OPI or the KBShimmer Take It or Leave It and the OPI Pirouette My Whistle. And these are some toppers in my collection that I really enjoy. So I was excited to, get them out and wear them. So A+ on that. Wear 1 old, well-loved polish a month. So I am going to say that I hit this goal and give myself an A because I wore this Dreaming of Love, which you guys, I love. I love it. And I just feel like it's very flattering. I love the shade. I hadn't gotten around to wearing it again in a while, and so I'm going to give myself an A with that. Do 1 Skittle look a month. Obviously A, because I hit the 1 Skittle a month. Use Pinterest for ideas and try 1 new look a month. I'm going to give myself a B because I feel like I sort of copped out doing the Skittle with the Pinterest inspiration. So I'm going to go for a B with that. Like, I killed 2 birds with 1 stone because I knew I was trying to hit the goal. But I feel like if I could have put in more effort, I could have done better. There was like some to be desired. There was some work to be desired. Actually, I've been looking up some stuff for February and I think I have an idea that I want to try, but we'll see if I get around to it. Other goal, oil nails at least once a day. I'm going to give myself a D. I feel like I started out with a bang. Like I was in it to win it. I was oiling. My nails were oil slick. They had to pull out the birds and wash them with Dawn at first. But as time went on, I slacked. And I was lucky to do maybe 2 to 3 times a week. So definitely room for improvement there for sure. And a no buy. So I have not bought any nail polish since the new year started. So I'm going to give myself an A++ on that because it hasn't been difficult. I feel like with polish pickup, I've done really well, just like avoiding it altogether. I'm still on the Facebook groups, but I'm not like actively looking at the sneak peeks and I'm not watching videos and swatch videos. I see swatches come across my Instagram and I like them if I think they're pretty, but I'm not really like, oh my gosh, and like reading info and seeing when they're coming out and stuff. I'm just liking things and commenting. And so I feel like that keeps me sort of like at an activity or brain activity level where it's like, oh, this is pretty, but I'm not in like this mood of like, have to have it. So that's kind of how I've been managing PPU. As far as HHC, I never really got into that too much. So that's pretty easy for me to just like, it flies under the radar for me. But there was a collection from Glisten and Glow, like a Valentine's Day trio. So Hey Mercedes swatched that trio and then she had her own like birthday collab with them. So I had to watch the video, show support, because anytime like any YouTubers or friends of mine have anything cool going on, like you gotta support. So I watched the video, saw the polishes. That trio from Glisten and Glow, though, you guys, tough to pass up. I feel like all three polishes were right up my alley, and I would have probably ordered if I was not on the no buy. And that's a collection I am debating trying to see what I have in my like shop my stash to recreate, or do some toppers or something. So if I have some time, and I think I do tomorrow, I may try and do that. But that was definitely hard to pass up on. And then I think it was BCB Lacquers released something with like a smut collection, SMUT. And there was this very bright neon pink. You guys, another hard one to pass up on. But I think I have a polish in my collection that is very similar from Geekish Glitter Lacquer. So I'm kind of like, okay, you have neon pinks. Like, you have neon pinks. You don't need it. So far, those are the things that have sort of caught my attention and had the no buy be a little bit difficult. But overall, I don't feel like I have been especially tempted. I feel like polish is just not on the top of my buying radar right now as opposed to other things. Bags being one, which I told you guys in my other video. I've really been looking at Coach and wanting a couple Coach, and then there's a Fendi bag I've been looking at, and so bags have been hard. And yeah, so but polish, for some reason, I just really feel like at this moment in time it's not fueling my fire right now for purchasing. So I've been lucky, honestly. So overall, I think for the month I would give myself a B on my January goals. The oiling was just horrible, but I feel like everything else was pretty good, so I would average that out to a B. What do you guys think? What grade would you give me? If you guys give me some A pluses, I would be really happy. But as far as your polish goals for the year have gone, like, have you guys felt like the first month went well? Do you feel like you have room for improvement? I kind of like looking back to the goal to see like where I can improve, and I definitely think oiling is one, and the Pinterest stuff is two. I also realized I only have one topper pulled for February for my month of pink and reds, but that should work. I feel February is a short month, so it's going to be harder for me, I feel like, to get the manicure squeezed in if I couldn't do it in the long 31 days of January. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of what I wore. Do you have any of these polishes? Do you love them? And again, give me a grade for my goals. Positive vibes only. But that's it for this video, you guys. If you liked it, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video. I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.